Today I'm going to be looking at the common thread in this week's Common Thread devotional. So as we look at these verses, I see a common thread about the idea of telling, of sharing. So what I mean by that is each of these passages talks about the way in which the people of God who have received the blessing of God connect to others and share about that. You see, in the book of Acts, the exchange between Philip and this traveler from a distant land, the Ethiopian eunuch. And this traveler is reading but not understanding. And it's Philip who comes and explains to him, and he's so overjoyed to learn this that he wants to immediately be baptized. And then the Spirit strangely lifts Philip away to another place, and then he travels and shares some more there. But this is very much in line with this John passage that talks about the person connected to the vine, to Jesus, will bear fruit. And here you see Philip powerfully impacting people, lives changing, people coming to know Christ because of Philip's devotion, his willingness. But that willingness, that powerfulness of sharing is born out of his connection. Similarly, in the book of Psalms, we see this sort of idea expressed about the wonder and the worship of God that then leads to sharing with all the nations. And in 1 John, we see the idea that this writing is being given to the believers to share all that is known about Christ. So in each of these cases, we see that there's this idea of sharing, of telling, of relating your experiences. But the key part of all of that is that it is relationally rooted. That is, that in each of these cases, the sharing is not just some sort of random proclamation, but rather it is with people. It is focused on people. That is that, for example, Philip first approaches this traveler and engages with the traveler before he then shares with him. That the Gospel of John roots the sharing. We want to tell you all about what we know about Christ because they have a connection, a relationship. The Gospel of John describes the idea of us bearing fruit, and that fruit is understood to be in our relationships. That is, we are connected to Jesus. That's a relationship. And that produces in us good fruit. But that good fruit is born out in our interactions with others. It's not just like, I guess the analogy could be extended, that fruit is only good because it is enjoyed. That is, we would consider a crab apple to be bad fruit, but that's because we don't like to eat crab apples. A crab apple and an apple uneaten, there's really no difference between them. So the crab apple is not worse than an apple if you don't eat it. And so that fruit is shown in community, in relationship. Your the life that you live is this fruit that is on display for others, for them to receive and to become connected as well. And so this whole theme is about the sharing of the people of God. And you can see even in the book of Psalms, there's this undercurrent that went through the Old Testament too, this idea that the people of God were blessed, that they received from God first, and then they gave to others. That it was not to be hoarded and kept for ourselves. But that the fundamental nature of God is relational. That the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are in relationship, are in community with each other, and they invite us into that, and they want us to then invite others, and so the community grows. So my friends, I'm excited with this idea in mind to worship with you on Sunday, that we can share in community together, that we can share the stories of what God has done in our lives in these past days. And I'm excited for us all to be encouraged to then go out and share with others. Have a blessed day.